When Reid Hoffman launched LinkedIn in 2003, he pitched it as a digital handshake, a way to translate the power of genuine professional relationships into the online world. 2 decades later, that handshake has become a performative dance where 1 billion members compete for attention. 97% of recruiters scroll endlessly through profiles, and a staggering 0.8% of applications actually result in a hire. Those numbers aren't just disappointing. They're a medical examiner's report for a system that promised to democratize opportunity, but instead built a velvet rope around it. The platform that was supposed to level the playing field has become the bottleneck. What began as a tool to help you find work has morphed into an elaborate theater where you perform for an audience that may not even exist. There's a reason your parents' career advice sounds like folklore. In their era, it actually worked. Back then, 90% of positions were filled internally or through lateral moves. Companies invested in their people because retention was cheaper than replacement. You started in the mailroom, learned the business, proved your worth, and climbed. No one expected you as a recent graduate to have 5 years of experience in software that had existed for 3. Job interviews assessed character, not keyword optimization. Your resume got you in the door, but your handshake and ability to articulate your thinking got you the offer. The system wasn't perfect, plagued by nepotism and old boys clubs, but at least the jobs were real. Then came the efficiency revolution, starting with Reagan-era deregulation and accelerating through the 90s and 2000s. American corporations discovered they could maximize shareholder value by treating you as an interchangeable part. Over 300,000 American jobs now leave the country annually. Companies spend 4 times more on recruiting than on developing the people they already have. This created a hiring ecosystem that runs on constant churn, and LinkedIn became its central nervous system. Here's what LinkedIn won't tell you in their glossy recruitment marketing. The job you're applying for probably doesn't exist. Revelio Labs found that online job postings in 2024 are only half as likely to result in a hire compared to 2020. The culprit? Ghost jobs, listings that companies post with no intention of filling. Clarify Capital surveyed hiring managers and uncovered an industry-wide scam. 50% admitted to posting fake jobs to maintain a talent pipeline. 70% keep positions open for over 6 months. And 40% post roles they aren't actively trying to fill, just to create the illusion of company growth. It gets more dystopian. The Stanford Internet Observatory identified over 1,000 AI-generated recruiter profiles on LinkedIn, complete with fabricated work histories, deployed by hiring agencies to contact candidates who will never actually be hired. Resume Genius estimates LinkedIn hosts 1.7 million ghost job listings in the United States alone. Why would LinkedIn allow this? Because ghost jobs serve another master: data harvesting. As a Microsoft-owned platform, LinkedIn shares your information outside the European Union and Switzerland for targeted advertising across Microsoft's entire ecosystem. Every application you submit, every skill you list, every connection you make feeds an algorithm that commodifies your professional identity. Journalist Bob Sullivan has documented how Equifax, working with thousands of HR departments, has assembled one of the most comprehensive private databases of Americans' personal information ever created. Weekly data flows in from 75% of Fortune 500 companies, 85% of the federal workforce, and countless other institutions. LinkedIn sits at the center of this surveillance apparatus, uniquely positioned as both the platform where you perform your professional self and the data broker monetizing that performance. The platform isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed, just not for you. Even if you manage to apply for a real job through LinkedIn, your odds of human contact are microscopically small. 75% of qualified applications never reach a human being. They're filtered out by applicant tracking systems that scan for keywords, like a carnival game rigged against you. For the lucky few who make it through, recruiters spend an average of 6 to 8 seconds reviewing your profile before deciding your fate. 6 seconds. Barely enough time to read your name and job title. This has created a hiring culture based entirely on surface-level assessments. 40% of recruiters admit to making hiring decisions based solely on LinkedIn profiles, the equivalent of judging a book by its cover, except the cover is optimized by SEO consultants charging $200 per hour. The platform promised to make hiring more meritocratic. Instead, it made it more superficial. Consider LinkedIn's Open to Work banner, the green frame you can add to your profile photo to signal availability. In theory, it's a simple, honest signal. I'm looking for opportunities. In practice, it's professional poison. Nolan Church, a former Google recruiter, calls it the biggest red flag in recruiting. Lindy Mustaine, who recruited for Amazon, explains the cruel logic. Recruiters want a candidate. It's about power dynamics. Appearing available shifts the balance unfavorably. Read that again. Being honest about wanting a job makes you less likely to get one. This isn't a bug. LinkedIn has gamified employment to the point where your desperation, no matter how legitimate, is disqualifying. The platform rewards those who already have jobs and punishes those who need them most. It's created an entire ecosystem of fake it till you make it, where your authenticity is a liability and performance is everything. The result? Posts like this. Today, I am excited to announce a pivotal moment in my life. I've officially divorced my wife. This decision came after witnessing my CEO deliver a powerful speech while laying off 45% of the company. Talk about motivation. If my CEO can make tough decisions for the greater good, so can I. Now, with my personal life streamlined, I can fully prioritize my passion for SEO optimization. Career growth, SEO focused, divorce for success. This is satire, obviously, but it barely registers as exaggeration because LinkedIn's culture has normalized a level of corporate cosplay that would make method actors uncomfortable. LinkedIn's algorithmic bias extends beyond who's currently employed. The platform systematically punishes anyone with gaps in their work history, whether from layoffs, caregiving responsibilities, health issues, or simply the bad luck of graduating during a recession. 77% of recruiters say employment gaps indicate you might need extra training. 74% fear these gaps mean outdated skills, and 70% assume unemployment equals lower productivity. If you're out of work, the algorithm ensures fewer people see you. If you're just starting your career, you're competing with one hand tied behind your back. The platform encourages two destructive behaviors: lying about your employment status to appear more desirable, or posting humiliating gratitude posts, thanking the company that just fired you for the opportunity to grow. Unable to compete on genuine merit, you're forced to turn to optimization, gaming the system with keyword-stuffed resumes, engagement bait posts, and increasingly desperate personal branding. Founder is now the second fastest growing job title among recent graduates, not because entrepreneurship is booming, but because it sounds better on LinkedIn than unemployed. According to a 2023 Intelligent.com survey of 800 U.S. hiring managers, 58% say recent college graduates are unprepared for the workforce, 65% view them as entitled, 63% believe they're overly sensitive, 55% assume they lack work ethic, and 53% think Gen Z candidates can't communicate effectively. Every quality that might actually make you a good employee, honesty, humility, genuine curiosity, is exactly what LinkedIn's ecosystem discourages. Rather than course correct, companies have responded by raising requirements. In the last 5 years, job listings have seen a 20% increase in required skills. Entry-level positions now require years of experience. Internships demand expertise. The latter's first rung has been removed entirely. LinkedIn isn't solely responsible for the dysfunction in modern hiring. Offshoring, automation, credential inflation, and corporate short-termism all preceded the platform. But LinkedIn has become the infrastructure that amplifies and entrenches these problems, creating the illusion of opportunity while systematically making it harder for you to find work. The platform is designed to serve job holders, not job seekers. Unless you're already employed, highly experienced, not actively looking, willing to post performative nonsense, and able to afford $40 per month for LinkedIn Premium, you're participating in a system built to extract value from your desperation. Many people used LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and every job board imaginable. They've posted jobs as a small employer and applied as a candidate with real practical skills. Their success rate? 0. The corporate platforms aren't going to fix themselves. LinkedIn makes too much money from the current system. Ghost jobs generate data. Desperate job seekers click more ads. Companies prefer the illusion of meritocracy to the hard work of actual talent development. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. The old way still works. Showing up in person still matters. Genuine relationships still open doors. Having a real conversation with a real human being is still more powerful than any algorithm. Yes, you might need to maintain a LinkedIn profile because 97% of recruiters expect it. But don't make it your primary strategy. Don't let a platform that profits from your struggle determine your worth. Find the groups, attend the meetups, have the coffees. Build relationships in the real world where character still counts, and a conversation can't be filtered out by an applicant tracking system. The system wants you to believe there's no alternative, that LinkedIn is the only game in town. That's the lie that keeps you scrolling, posting, applying, and getting rejected by jobs that don't exist. There is another way. It's harder to find, requires more courage, and can't be done from your couch. But it's there. The question is whether you're willing to step away from the screen long enough to find it. At Market Media, your opinion matters to us. Have you or someone you know have been using LinkedIn to search for a job with no luck? Share your story in the comments below.